Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And we just got done with the live stream, and the data download came last night. And it did make a few things live in-game that I was not expecting to be live at the time. I thought that it would all take part tonight, when the banners drop and everything. But I don't think this video will go up today. I think it'll go up tomorrow. So, hello, future viewers. Anyways, the things that we got in-game are, if we go to assign troops, the first thing, the one that will take a little bit less time to talk about, is we got the supporter slot for the protection unit. So now we get a small, well, not small, but we do get a stat boost to the main supporter. So this goes against what I had originally thought was going to happen, of having like two different supporters with two different skills going on. So not quite as power creepy as that had happened. But if we remove, so we've got Milim, her EP is 16,190, 4257, 1383, and then 1747. And then we throw on Chloe, and now all these numbers do jump up to 17667. So we do get a sizable boost. I don't know if it's 15% or so. But obviously, the higher the stats on the protector, the bigger boost it's going to be. But support bonus 15%, 15%, 15. Okay, still it's all 15%. So, but that is a thing now, and that does mean. Oh God, I don't want guard as my leader. Okay, good. We didn't actually save it. All right. So apart from having a boosted stat for Milim, and then therefore it carries over to the units, it also means that we have two different protector traits in effect now. So Milim's trait is when 3 Vanguard have 50% or more HP, increases all allies' crit resistance by 15% at the start of turn. So if we combine that, maybe not with Chloe because she doesn't have a trait right now, but if we combine that with the Golem, say, because Golem technically does sub-lead water. So Golem's support skill, or its trait is when 3 Vanguard have 50% or more HP, increases all allies' pierce resistance by 15%. So we're having kind of the same condition. So 3 Vanguard, 50% or more HP. Golem is 15% pierce resistance, and Milim is 15%. I already forget, even though we literally just talked about it. 15% crit resistance. So we have two different, resistances going on for the price of one, because we have that. Then you can throw on, Dark Veldora and get his trait of 50% or lower HP, all allies crit rate by 12% up. So this does allow you, if you have a unit, like if you're really trying to maximize crit damage, maybe there's a protector that gives you crit damage, or you want extra guard, or some other kind of trait, then you can definitely kind of build a team. Now, whether or not they lead the same things is an entirely different story. But if we go back out to the main menu for the team, you will see that Milim increases water attack by 16% and increases space attack by 12%, right? Pretty standard for a maxed out level 100 protector. But now that we have added Chloe, who also leads water, you're not getting the full support boost that Chloe would give of like the 12% and 8%, but you're getting a 3% boost to water and light. And then Milim is getting the 16 and 8. So 16 and 8, and then we'll get an extra 3%. So technically, this water is actually 19% boost now to all the water units that are on the team. This is very clearly not a water team. But so let's move on to, here's a water team. All right, so perfect. So 12% from Chloe, and then 5% from Milim because she is maxed out. So that's a better example. So we're getting 12, we're getting 5, so 17% is, still better than having just Chloe. And if we had a dupe in Chloe, what would her trait be? I don't even know what Chloe's trait is. 50% or lower HP decreases all targets' defense by 3% at the start of turn. So we would debuff the enemy, and we would give ourselves crit resistance from Millim's trait. So we're getting additional attack power, we're getting an extra trait, and we're getting extra stats for this protector, which is honestly is pretty good. Like, they could have not given us a couple of those, and it would have sucked, but this is a good balance. We're not getting the full percentage boost from the protector, because that would have been maybe a little too much in my opinion. But we're still getting a stat boost, we're still getting an attack boost, and we're still getting the actual traits from the protector unit. So that's very, very good. And this does obviously raise your EP, because all these stats go up, which means all these stats go up. So that's the first thing to keep note of in this video. The second thing, which is probably the bigger thing, is that we now have access to, well, technically we have access to the EX ability release board. So we've got levels 1 through 5, and now we have this EX step. And you see that these look a little different than the old ones. So, heart, sword, defense, hammer, and then, the enhanced secret skill. Now we have crit damage 1%, pierce power 1%, HP 16, attack plus 6, defense plus 6, and then this 3% boost. Now you're going to look at this and say, oh, this looks like ass, because, 6 defense compared to 88 defense, like, that's not very good at all. But, if you actually click on this and you read what it does, increases other troop members' following status in accordance with the number of water characters assigned to battle slots. Increase defense by 6. So, what this means is that this is only a 6-point boost. Yeah, that's kinda low. However, if you have 5 battle units that are all water, then technically, and I mean, this is technically not live yet, so it still requires a little bit of testing, but the way I'm reading it is that you multiply this 6 times 5, because you have 5 battle slot of water units, quote unquote, as the maximum. So that's what, 6, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Math is hard. It's so early and I haven't slept yet. You get actually 30 points of defense for all of your troop members. Not just Soe, but everyone. And then, you have 3 of these. So that's 90 defense points for everybody. So this plus 6 doesn't look so bad anymore. And the same with the attack, is plus 6 increases other troop members' following status in accordance with the number of water characters. Again, another 30 points of attack, another 3 stacks of these, so 3, 6, 90, right? So now everyone's getting additional 90 defense, 90 attack, more HP, because this is higher, and we have an additional cube over here, so we're getting even more from that. I'm not going to do the math right now, but you get the idea. And now we come to the special ones over here. Crit damage plus 1%, 1%, and then pierce power 1%. So we're getting 2% pierce power, 2% crit damage, which, I mean, cool. If we're going to do crits and we're going to do pierce, then obviously more damage. However, there is a restriction. If you click on it, increases own following status when Rimuru Tempest is assigned to a battle slot. So this is where your team building gets a little restricted. So only if you have Rimuru will you get these 4 boosts right here. If you don't have Rimuru in a main active battle slot, so it cannot be a supporter, it has to be a battle unit actively taking part in the fight. If you don't have Rimuru on your team, you're not going to get these 4 pieces right here, which is unfortunate. I mean, the buffs are quite small. 2% crit damage, 2% pierce power. Like, you're not really missing out on too much right there, guys. But if you do happen to have Rimuru, which the water team definitely has Harmonizer Rimuru, then you're going to get this for freezies. Well, not for free, because it's going to take these and the new Magic Rocks, which we'll get to in a bit. But all this adds up to more stats for the entire team, and then more stats for you. And then this final one over here, this boost. Same attribute boost enhancement increases the effect of same attribute boost 3% up. So this means that if you're running a water team, right? And if I had a water unit attached to Soe instead of Dark Milim, I would get an additional 3% to all of my stats on top of whatever the water unit would give me for having, the same type advantage. So it's free stats right there, but only if it's a same attribute. So this water dark, this water light, this water earth, not gonna work. But this water right here, that will work. So I will increase these stats here by 3% if I unlock that. But let's talk about the unlocking for a second, because obviously it takes a little bit other currency to do. So go back to the ability release board, and we click on one of these, and you'll see that it takes the normal rocks, and it takes the bigger rocks. Now, they did show off in the live stream that there's going to be an EX ability release stage that you will have to clear. And hold on, let me go find that really quickly. Okay, here is the new EX ability release stage. So you see that it's 182k EP. You got these gigantic rocks now. These are only going to be used on the EX Step Awakening, but it does take tickets to clear these stages now. They're not just free one and done. And you can't forever farm them, so you can immediately get all the traits, all the EX boards on all the units. That would be too easy, right? Too easy. So, they're going to limit you to a ticket. And they did say in the stream that this ticket will be available through daily missions. So you see down here, I actually didn't read what this one actually did. So hold on, let's Google Translate it right now. Put in the food. Okay, so feeding people will get you a EX release ticket for the stage. Okay, well that's easy enough. But it is kind of sad that they're going to limit it, because I know a lot of people want to, fully limit break their entire space team, their entire, whatever team is best for them, probably the space team. Not quite the case right now, because you will be gated. But the first time you clear it, you do get 25. And if we go back into my game, it only takes 1 for each of these steps. So 4 green, 3 red, 3 blue, and 4 orange, and then this one takes the normal kind of multicolored ones, thank God. But it does take a decent amount of them. So you're going to have to farm up a little bit. I'm running a little low. But 1 per cube, you get all these unlocked, and you call it good. But there is one slight difference that I'd like to point out. So you notice that Soe is +6, +6, and +16. Well, let's go take a look at a different unit. So where is Space Milim down here? The new Space Milim, ability release board, and we'll check out that her numbers are a little bit higher. 26 points in defense, 18 points in attack, and she has 5 of them. And then she has 3 plus 60 to HP, and then she also gets 4 points of crit damage, just for free. And this comes at a requirement of having Rimuru in a battle slot, which Space Rimuru is a thing. Works pretty well with the space team, right? So you put Rimuru on the team, and then you put Carrion on the team, and you put the hero on the team, and the hero gives you guaranteed crits, and the 30% crit resistance down. Carrion gives you the 20% crit damage, and now if you unlock all these 4 right here, you get another 4% crit damage, which will then be raised up because of Milim's Drago. So it's just going to mean she's going to do more damage on top of having more attack stats. But the whole reason we're here is to talk about why these are so much higher, and that is because she increases her own status in accordance with the number of space characters. So we looked at Soe, and that was increases the troop Milim is a little bit more greedy, and she increases her own. Now, again, going by that same kind of circumstantial logic, increases attack by 8, but per the number of space characters in battle slots, 18 times 5, of which I'm really not going to do that math right now, so 18 times 5 is 90 points per full cube if you're running a full space team, which you probably will be with this team. Maybe 4 because you got Windmill or something. But, 90 points times 5? I mean, that an extra 450 attack points makes a huge difference when you're trying to really, really do like Jubilee damage. So she is a little bit, not as team-wide support, but she's meant to do big damage, and this will help her do big damage. And again, the boost is for the same type attribute. If you put a space unit on her, crit damage we went over, she needs Rimuru again, and so it's the same kind of deal. So this ability board will definitely increase your damage output, your overall stats, whether it be for the single unit or whether it be for the team. But, these units all do different things. So here, the hero has Pierce Power plus 1%, which is kind of weird because no one's given her Pierce on the space team, really. But then she has another 5 points to attack, 2 points of defense, 3 points to HP. And she needs Rimuru Tempest as well. And let's kind of move down the list. Frey needs Milim in the battle slot, which will work because, run Frey with Milim. Frey is a space unit, runs on the space team. That means that she is going to, again, fill in the Milim slot for the attack boost, and she's going to fill in this own slot for the defense and the team-wide troop boost. So that's how this is going to work out. We'll see tonight whether or not this number actually does stack per space characters in battle slots, or if 6 is the maximum that you get when all the space characters are listed in battle slots. Again, we will find out, but that is an overview of the new EX ability board, what they do, how to get those resources, and kind of how the wording is broken down. So let me know in the comments what you think of this new board. Thank God it did not take any extra dupes. And one thing else to talk about is that you do not need to be level 100 to unlock the EX board. The 5th ability board, you do need to be level 100 to max it out. But the EX board, as long as you have these materials, go at it. Have at it. Increase your stats. I will go through all these characters and make a list of the ones that do like self boost versus team boost, and who you really should be looking at EX boosting up first in a separate video once all this is actually live in game for realsies. But again, let me know what you guys think of this. Is this the change you would like to see, or did you expect something different out of the new ability board? Let me know in the comments. But for now, take it easy, guys, and I'll see you later.